What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I want to talk about Michael Porter Jr. a little bit. We're going into game 2 of the NBA Finals, and I think he's become a really damn good third option on a championship level team. I think he's kind of become a little bit slept on in terms of what he's providing, and I want to give him some love. So before I do, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But let's talk about Michael Porter Jr.'s game and how it's evolved from when he was a rookie with all this potential, and he's turned into such a really talented player. So I want to start with kind of like the beginning arc of his story, right? He comes into the NBA off of a back surgery, kind of falls to the late lottery in the NBA draft, was seen as a guy that should have been a top 5 player, but the injuries scared some teams away, which I get it, right? Back injuries are scary. And he's gone through 3 back surgeries now because he missed a lot of time as a rookie. He missed a lot of time, I think it was last year. And, these surgeries, not too many guys are coming back from 3 back surgeries and coming back and being even better and becoming a super quality player after. So I think that alone deserves a little bit of credit too, because you've seen dudes that roll an ankle that are never the same again. So as a young guy, didn't really play a lot of defense, was kind of a chucker, trying to find his way in the league, right? That's okay to say, but now he's become a player that takes and makes tough shots, has become an excellent catch and shoot player, awesome from 3, shoots over anyone, plays hard on defense, is paying attention to the details. So he's doing all the little things, and he's making splash plays, and he's become such a valuable piece of this team because the Denver Nuggets are not making the finals without Michael Porter Jr. That's not happening. Jokic is amazing, probably the best player on the planet today. Jamal Murray has been an awesome number 2 option, but Michael Porter Jr.'s value to this team and what he provides has saved them in a lot of games. There was a game in the series against the Lakers. Lakers are up by like 10 or 11, and then he hits 2 threes in transition. Game flips over, Nuggets win the game. In the postseason, he's averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds. And when you're getting that from your third option, who's shooting at 44% from the field, 39 from 3, and 83 from the line, I think you're doing really well. And he also doesn't turn the ball over. I think he averages like 0.5 turnovers a game or something. So he turns it over like once every like 4 games. And when you're getting just sound production like that, so it's like Joker's giving you 30, 18, and 12, and then Murray's giving you 28, 7 and 5, and then you have Porter over here shooting 40% from 3, 15 points, getting boards, playing great defense, giving you size. That was really a big issue for the Lakers in the past series, and it's going to be a huge issue for the Miami Heat. Just having guys like him, Gordon, and Joker all there, it's hard to score on that. And I give him a lot of credit because coming into the league, he was not a good defender. He did not care at all about defense, jumped a lot of pump fakes, got backdoored a lot. That stuff just doesn't happen anymore. He's very locked into his role. I think in the playoffs, and someone can fact check this, maybe I have this wrong, but on his catch and shoot, I think his true shooting percentage was like 80-something% or some absurd number because he's so efficient when he catches and shoot from 3. He's also a pretty solid screener, and what makes him so much better with his screening is his ability to pop because you have to respect him. If not, he's going to take and make that tough shot. It doesn't matter. The confidence is another thing that it took him a while to become as confident as he is, coming off those surgeries and everything, trying to find his way. And now he just seems like nothing can faze him. And I think that's so beautiful because now you have Jokic who, if you double team Jokic, there's a very high likelihood that Michael Porter Jr. is now open from 3, and there's a very high likelihood he's going to make it. So I think that progression is super good to see. And I think you got to give the Nuggets front office a lot of credit for this because they took a huge risk drafting him right after the back surgery. And then they took another huge risk giving him a big contract when he really hadn't proven anything yet. And, a lot of players were just taking that money. Like, I'm cool. I got my life. I got whatever I want. He worked his way back from surgeries, got his money, and then became even better after that. That's talking about like the front office believing in you, and then you in turn repaying them back and pretty much being one of the best third options, in the league, and you're going to get a championship off of it. I'm super confident in that. It's like Miami's a really like good story, but like, I'm sorry, the Nuggets this year, they're inevitable. They're a buzzsaw. You have Jokic being the best player on the planet. You have Jamal Murray being the best second option in all of the playoffs. And then you have Michael Porter Jr. doing what he's doing, Aaron Gordon. Like, I'm sorry, it's not happening. And if Jamal Murray has an off game or Jokic somehow crazily has an off game, Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the guy to step up, and he'll give you 25 and 12. He's had games like that where his value is just on full display. I mean, his game log is like a model of consistency. We're looking at he had a 21-12 game against Phoenix, 11-10 against Phoenix, 19-8 against Phoenix. And then we go to the series against the Lakers. He has 15-10 in the first game, 16-7, 14-10 with 6 assists, and then 15 points, 10 rebounds in the closeout game against the Lakers. And then game 1 against the Heat, 14 points and 13 important rebounds in a game that got kind of close. But just telling you, the size this team has and him being a huge part of that is so slept on. And I think every year, the third option on a championship team really is what elevates them into becoming, it's really the most important part other than the top guys, right? Because you need that next guy up. And I think last year with the Warriors, you had it be Andrew Wiggins, who he was the third option in my opinion, but he was the second best player on that team. Make that make sense, if you will. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, and then it's like obviously it goes Giannis, and then Middleton, and then Drew Holiday has huge plays in that series where they beat the Suns. And then before that, you have the Lakers where it was Kuzma. Look at Kuzma now; he's become, a really really good player on the Wizards. And then slept on guys from that Lakers team like KCP on this Nuggets team is awesome, right? So you have guys like that. There's always a third option that really really elevates a team, and that's what makes them a championship team. Look at all the teams that have lost in the finals recently and who their third option was. So you look at Boston last year. Who would you say their third option was? Marcus Smart? Like, that's not enough. It's not going to work, right? And then the year before that, you have the Suns. It was DeAndre Ayton, and there's so many people that want him traded. He just hasn't topped out to be what he was supposed to be. The year before that was the Heat. It was really the Jimmy show the entire time. Bam was, decent, but after that, they really didn't have anybody. So when you look at it, the teams that fail are the ones that don't have the third option. The teams that rise to the occasion are the ones that do have the third option. And that would be the Denver Nuggets, and that would be Michael Porter freaking Jr. You're going to see a lot of people talk about Joker, rightfully so. Jamal Murray, rightfully so, because he's been awesome. But, Michael Porter Jr.'s value to this team can't be understated. Similar to Aaron Gordon, similar to KCP. That starting five is nasty. But I just think Porter has become a really, really good player. And I think out of a lot of other teams with a different role, he's a 20-10 guy. And he's with good defense. He's turned into that level of player. And he just buys into this role where he's like, I'll give you 15 points, 8 rebounds, awesome shooting. I'll hit tough shots when you need me to. I'll hit big shots when you need me to. And I'm going to play some defense. So, this is a good experience. It's great to watch. I think if you want to encapsulate it perfectly, he's become a championship level NBA player. But anywho, that's just some love and credit to Michael Porter Jr. for all the hurdles and everything he's had to overcome since coming into the league and even before that. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But shout out Michael Porter Jr. Career arc's awesome, and I'm so happy to see him thriving as a third option on a championship level team.